You all are fine at your home. Today we are going to start up a new chapter, that is lesson number 11, Introduction to Matter. So let's start. Introduction to matter. Before that, what is matter? Children, to introduce you matter, I want to ask, what can you see around you? Let us take an example of this picture. What can you see around us? A sun, a tree, moon, river, rocks. These all are the natural things that you can see. Yes, these are the natural things that are not made by the man, including this. Including this, children. Can you see the other things like hut, bed, road, car? Can you see such things also? These are the man-made things. And these man-made things, they are not given to us by nature. Rather, we had made it. These things and the natural things, together all the things, everything that we can see around us, we call it as matter. Anything like any animal, humans, trees, plants, even chair, table, your pencil, your eraser, book, car, house, the smallest thing that you can see around, even the air which we cannot see, we can just feel it. It is a matter. So basically matter is a thing that is having weight and it occupies some space. So what can we say that? What is the definition of matter? Anything that has mass and occupies space. What we call it? We call it as matter. Yes. And what is matter made up of? A matter, it is made up of very, very small particles, and that small particles we call it as molecules. Beta, molecules are so small that we cannot see it with our naked eyes. And different number of molecules, they are arranged together to form a matter. Okay. And can you imagine, are these molecules made up of some other things? Yes, these molecules are made up of atoms. Atoms are the further very smallest particles. So, what can we say about atoms? It is the smallest particle of matter. All the substances in this world are made up of atoms. And atoms, they join together with other atoms to make new substances. Okay. So, atoms combine to form molecules and molecules combine to form matter. Right? Now, next come to the states of matter. In which form we can find out matter? To explain the different states of matter, I will take an example of water. Children, what is ice? Tell me. Yes, what is ice? Ice is a frozen water, isn't it? And that frozen water that we call it as ice, it is a solid form, right? Then the water we drink, it is a liquid form. When we heat this water, what will we get? Yes, we will get steam. And this steam is a gaseous form of water. Is it clear? So, we can find matter in basically three states. What are the three states of matter? Solid, liquid, and gas. Children, can you see here the small balls in a jar? Yes, These small balls, these are representing the molecules. Why matter has different states? Because the different arrangement of molecules. As you can see here, in solids, molecules are very tightly packed. There is almost no space between the molecules. In liquids, there is small spaces between these molecules. And in gaseous, large spaces are there between the molecules. So, we can say that different states of matter, they are determined by the way of molecules they are arranged. Including these three states of matter, there is another state of matter which we call it as plasma. What can we call this state as? Yes, plasma. Can you see the plus and negative sign over here? It means this state is ionized gaseous state. It is described by Irving Langmuir in 1920s. It does not exist freely on Earth's surface, so we will discuss about it in further classes. Let us concentrate about three main states. First is solid state. To explain this state, I have taken an example of lemon. Children, as you can see here, I first kept the lemon in a bowl, then in a glass, then in a cup. Okay, can you see, does lemon changes its shape? No, it stays as it is. It does not change its shape. It does not take the shape of the jar in which it is placed. So, this kind of shape we call it as solid. Solids are those that does not change its shape according to the shape of the container, or anything that has fixed shape, size and cannot flow. They are called as solid. Example, lemon, wood, a crystal of sugar. They will not change their shape. They are having fixed volume, fixed size. These are called as solids. Children, as we had already discussed, the solids have the molecules which are very tightly packed. Why they are tightly packed? Because the forces of these molecules are very strong. This force we call it as intermolecular forces. They are very strong. They attract each other with strong forces. They don't let the other molecules to move around. So these forces are very strong. Due to this factor, they are not compressible, as there is very less spaces between the molecules. Since there is no space between the molecules, how can you compress these molecules? They can't move. So, they are not compressible. Also, there are few examples like ice, bricks, wood, your pencil, eraser, book, notebook, your mobile, glass, and so many things that you can see that does not changes its shape. Their size is fixed. These all things are solid. Next is, I have taken an example of sponge. Children, as I have just told you, sponge does not changes its shape normally. If it is a solid, it means it should not be compressed. But what happens when I compress it? It changes its shape. Then what does it mean? Is it a solid? Yes, it is a solid. If it is a solid, then why does it changes its shape? It changes its shape due to the air voids present in it. Basically, what happens in the sponge, there are air voids in which air is filled. When you press it, the air which is filled in these voids, that comes out, and due to which it changes its shape. Okay, otherwise it is a solid. Next it is, I have taken another example. We had discussed lemon. Lemon is a solid. Now I have made a lemonade from that by adding water and lemon juice. Can you see here lemonade? If it is kept in a glass, it takes the shape of a glass. If I kept it in a jug, it takes the shape of a jug. So this is called as a liquid. Liquid is a substance which is having no fixed shape, but its volume is fixed. What do you mean by the term volume? Suppose I have taken a glass of water. When I kept it in a jug, it still remains one glass of water. It will not fill the whole jug. That is called as volume. So what are liquids? Liquids are those that are having no fixed shape but having fixed volume. Okay, these are called as liquids. So, liquids that does not have fixed shape can be poured and they can flow. There are few examples here like cold drinks, lemonade, milk, water, oil, etc. These all fall under the category of liquids. Liquids have moderate intermolecular forces. As you can see here, their molecules are not as tight as in solid. So their forces are not as strong as they are in solids. There is more spacing than in solids. And due to this, liquids are more flexible than solids. They can flow. They take the shape of container. And since there is spacing, so we can compress them slightly. They are slightly compressible. And due to their ability of flow, they are also called as fluids. Now come to the third state of matter. What this state of matter is called as gaseous. Children, in our gas cylinder, what is filled? Yes, it is a gas. And in a gas, the molecules are very, very loosely arranged. Okay, they are neither having definite shape nor having fixed volume. If you fill a gas in a small glass, it will completely fill that glass. If you shift that small volume of gas to a big jar, it will completely fill that jar. It completely fills it, since its molecules are separate far from each other. So what are gases? Gases are the substances that are neither having definite shape nor having a fixed volume. Since there is a weak intermolecular forces are very, very weak and spacing is maximum, and due to which we can compress the gases very much. They are not rigid. Now children, can you tell me why gases can be compressed? Yes, gases can be compressed due to the weak intermolecular forces, and number 2, due to the maximum intermolecular spaces between them. Okay. Gases are having the property that they can flow in every direction. It is not that they can flow like liquids. Liquids move from higher side to downward side, but gases, they can move from upwards, sideways, downwards in all directions. and they occupy the entire space, due to which it fills it. So, here are the few examples of different states of matter. I hope it is clear to you. Gases contain smoke, oxygen, air, steam, water vapors, etc. I hope the topic is clear to you and now you are able to solve the assignment. Meet you again in the next video.